So whenever I had that you immediately appreciate that all very thanks for that again and again. So that's I learned how we have to do, how we have to be really grateful and be grateful for the by the devotees. And you are sure how much you are creating a lot of inspiration because there are thousands of devotees and religious maybe you every day, but just every one of the things that really because that was the form they were coming that is a spiritual master whom we got to take.
We are all Vaishnavas, and our important philosophy is that we actually worship personal form of the Lord. All the devotees are actually persons. So each and every devotees, they have emotion, and the compassion and the respect and the connection that you show in establishing that connection is very, very critical. So I understand that, Maharaj. And then the third quality is the compassion. Your compassion to fallen souls like me is really, really unlimited, and I always look at your compassion with such an awe and admiration. Because whenever I had the opportunity to interact with you, the first few questions that always you ask is, when did you come? Where you are staying? Did you?
I pray at your lotus feet so that I can follow your instruction to this problem. So that I can please you and the
Yes, we can write it anytime. Audio separate, video separate.
Hey, why you connected so many wires?
Not connected.
I mean, someone else connected. I think yesterday we did something. Hey, bro, this is Apple, bro. Careful. 1.5 lakh.
1.5 lakh. इसका है
वेंकटरमण का किसका?
सही
Is it not? You can check it. Your own self, you can check it when you walk down, when you trip it, whether you say Krishna, let us see. Then you are in Krishna conscious. Is it not? Maharaj is so very great. He's even in the dreams, even in the sleeping, he is doing the arati and other thing. From that, what we will have to understand is so many things. I had a very good interaction with Maharaj because in Delhi, our Venu Krishna Prabhu was in Mysore right now. He and me, we used to go each and every week to see Maharaj. Maharaj, when we are going there, Maharaj already left from his room, and he was already sitting in the car. By seeing us coming towards him, he opened the car and came out and to speak to us. And so wonderful, because the time Venu Krishna Prabhu was keeping so many, more than 20, 25 Bhakti Vrikshas he was handling in Delhi. And once Maharaj came to Ahmedabad, when he was there, he come to Ahmedabad to start the book marathon, Bhagavad Gita marathon. The day he came, he definitely 1,000 books will go. The day he comes, he along with Yashumati Nandan Prabhu, that time he is no more now. So both of them, they will be in a position to distribute books. Maharaj is very meant for distribution of the books. He is the topmost distributor of books in India. So Maharaj, he came to our temple. He came for one of our Radha in unforgettable incidences. Even this, any question you ask direct, very perfectly you will give. I had seen one of the interview when he was giving to a BBC, one of this thing, he is a friend. That man is also equally aged person. He was giving an interview. That interviewer used to call him as Gopal Krishna. Like that, he will ask him, Gopal Krishna, you tell me why you are going and begging in the road. Like that, he will be commenting about him, and very critically he will say something about Maharaj. Maharaj will very calmly, he will never lose his patience. He used to say, no, we are not begging. We are distributing books. You should see, sir. Like that, he will say. Like that, one of the interviews says, I will give you 30 seconds time. Now you can preach me. That man is very adamant. He want to say, the interviewer, I will give you 30 seconds time. You preach me now. Maharaj says, the people who are born to this world, they will have to remember the Lord, right? Always remember him, then only we will go back to him. That is the only preaching. That one line preaching he gives in 30 seconds. And so many incidents like that. Maharaj is the way Maharaj interact with the devotees, his core point, all the 57 years, wherever he joined with ISKCON and lived. And he fully dedicated his entire life to ISKCON. So what we will have to do, yes, as stated in the class, we'll have to fully concentrate our mind. Our chanting should be very, very proper. And 24 hours, we'll have to remember the Supreme Lord. This is the way we will be in we will get into Krishna consciousness. That is the only ultimate goal of our life. That way I can say that. Jai Shri Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I request His Grace Srinivas Gopal Prabhu to give his offerings, and after that, I request His Grace Suvarna Gaurhari Prabhu to be ready with the offerings.
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमती गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी प्राच्य देशतारिणे। Dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I have no qualification to glorify such a Mahabhagavata devotee, but I am attempting to purify myself. I take blessings of all the senior Vaishnavas present here to glorify the Maharaj. Before moving to Bangalore, I had fortunate to stay in Seattle. Maharaj used to come almost twice a year on his way to Vancouver. So I had good fortune to listen to his classes and attend lectures, as well as go and serve whatever the small sevas. So in Seattle also, we have a lot of Maharaj disciples. I had a good fortune to render service in various capacities, and I can really see how they all imbibe Maharaj's mood and devotion. So there is few instances. I am eternally grateful to Maharaj. This one instance where this late 80s, the Seattle old temple was in some problem. Temple was closed. Then there is no place for the deities to go. So then deities were ready to go to Alachua. Then Maharaj asked one of his senior disciples to say, take the deities to your home, worship them until things get sorted out. So with that, with a few months, then things back, we have a temple. Now we have 2 temples in Seattle, such a huge congregation like the way we have here. So the ways I see is that Maharaj was able to see the future is just a temporary obstacle, and he was able to adjust things around so that devotees come there again and serve the lordships. Other one is that Maharaj doesn't matter at what time he arrives, whether it's late in the night or even early mornings, but he makes sure she comes and do the Mangalat. And even it is cold, I mean, it doesn't deter him in spite of his condition. So I used to stay nearby temple, but I always have excuse not to go to Mangalat. So I always wonder his commitment to Srila Prabhupada and showing it as an example. The other thing is personal. If he just sees one time, he knows your name. Next time he calls with your name. You might not have talked to him, or you haven't done anything, any service. You might not have rendered any service to him. So he's so personal. Other quality is that the way he interacts with small kids. I mean, like I was just watching some photos which I've taken over the years, and he's like a grandfather to them, right? Just lovely caring them and giving lots of gifts so that they don't feel that they are somewhere else. Or so the affection and love he gives very much. So by interacting with all his disciples and also a few interactions I had with Maharaj, I was able to also listening last few days. I was listening to all the glorifications are going on. So it's like, I mean, if you look at Maharaj's life, it's like extraordinary. He has many services from deity worship to temples to book distribution to it cannot go on and on. So for my personal benefit, I was able to draw a few points where I should meditate upon so that I can further progress in my life. So one is R. So R stands for in Maharaj, whatever the service he has taken, or his disciples, they are responsible for it. fully they own. So they don't blame anybody. They just own. And while rendering that service, they respectfully deal with others. So that's one of the quality I'm praying at the Mara Lotus feet so that one day I will be able to render. Then he always makes sure Vaishnava etiquette is followed. In spite of, like I've seen most recently, Maharaj with my Guru Maharaj, Radhanath Swami Maharaj, when they were meeting, Maharaj was not in a position to um, come down and offer obeisance, but in spite of his any physical discomfort, but he was able to, to make sure he followed the Vaishnava etiquette. And also, even he visits the temples, right? In spite, he was not able to get up sometimes, but still he wanted to do full dandavats. So by that, he basically teaching, at least me, that this a Vaishnava etiquette is very, very, very important. We should not neglect. The next one is yes. So Maharaj has, served Srila Prabhupada, in many ways. He saved many temples and he started many temples and preached to many people. So I pray to Maharaj, I seek blessings that at least someday I will be able to assist whoever is doing all these activities. Next is P, is punctuality, right? Because if you have to do deity worship, that means you have to be on time. Maharaj exemplary in punctuality. So and also he's a bold preacher. You have seen even to Moscow. Prabhupada asked him to go to Moscow in a suit and whatever is required at that time, right? So he was boldly preaching wherever he went. So that's one of the quality and also his perseverance. It's very important. He knows that there will be obstacles. We are in the material world. Don't we? Even our it's like if you see other temples or wherever, right? There are many obstacles will come. One has to be persevered. The next one is he and empathy, right? The walk the talk. So Maharaj, by his personal example as his devotees, they have shown how one could show an example to everyone to practice and progress in the Krishna conscious life. Next is C, care and compassion for the devotees. As many people have known him or talked to him, right? He knows as soon as he sees you, how are you doing? Are you able to, did you have prasadam and things are okay? And like he was compassionate. The T is tolerance, right? He knows there will be temporary situations you have to tolerate. So on this occasion, I pray to Maharaj and seek his blessings one day that I will be able to imbibe his mood and quality so that I can progress in my devotional life. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I would request Suvarna Gaurhari Prabhu to give his offerings. And after that, I would request Sancharani Mataji to be ready with the offerings. And one small request, if devotees can restrict their offerings to around 2 minutes, we'll have a devotee who's keeping the time. This is only to accommodate all other devotees also. So no offenses, but just to accommodate other devotees who can give their offering. So Sancharani Mataji, you can be ready for the offering.
Hare Krishna. So let's Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. So I had few interactions with Maharaj, not directly, but from a distance in Pune, because Maharaj is the GBC for ISKCON Pune, along with His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So Radhanath Swami Maharaj is more like spiritual inspiration, but Gopal Krishna Maharaj is also managerially very active in Pune ISKCON, and Radheshampur takes more managerial guidance from Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So once when the new temple plan was being made in Pune, then the devotees are thinking we'll make some 10, 12 crores temple and we'll be happy with that. And Maharaj said, 10, 12? We should have at least 40 crores temple. But Maharaj is such big thing. Oh no, you should do big. So one thing about Maharaj is Maharaj never thinks small. He always thinks big. That's why you see all the temples in his area, zones, are not less than 50 crores. ISKCON Delhi, east of Kailash, ISKCON Dwarka. Recently, what opened? ISKCON Rohini, more than 100 crores temple. And then there is ISKCON Kanpur, Khargar, Pune, so many places, Punjabi Bhag. So all these places are very, very big. So Maharaj never thinks small. And when Maharaj came here to the old building, ICC temple, So of course Maharaj came all the way from Whitefield to here, long traffic, 2 hours travel. Maharaj was tired also. But then Maharaj came and gave inspiring words. And Maharaj said, Bangalore should also have 15 temples, 15 or 20 temples. Maharaj said, it's such a big city. You should have more temples like that. So Maharaj, and also Maharaj cultivates top people. If you see Prime Minister, President, the Vice President, all the education ministers and all, Maharaj keeps contact with them. Because being in Delhi, so he has developed good rapport with all of them. For temple opening of Delhi, Maharaj called Atal Bihari Vajpayee at that time. And then for Gita, Bhagavad Gita inauguration, he called Shri Narendra Modi ji. For Pune temple opening, Maharaj invited the president, Pranab Mukherjee ji. So in this way, very top people are being cultivated by Maharaj. And as devotees were sharing, Maharaj's punctuality in deity worship, wherever he is, at whatever time he sleeps, you'll find him in the altar. If he is there in temple, he'll be in the altar morning. As soon as conch blows, he'll be there. So that's the kind of dedication he had for deity worship. I used to say in Pune, even if late night programs, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, Maharaj sleeps, but still Maharaj will be there in the altar. He will do the altar worship, then go back, do his personal deities worship, chant his rounds, and then give Bhagavatam class and meet devotees like that. And when Maharaj comes, I used to see that outside Maharaj room, there used to be a line of devotees waiting to meet. And Maharaj will personally meet all of them. Right? He's not in a group also. He'll personally meet all of them and remember them. He remembers their name also. So what problems they had, then what he inquires about their family, everything. Very, very personal. Right? So in 2010, when I was there in Pune, my father, I got the news that my father passed away. In morning, it was morning 5:30. So then I immediately told my senior devotees that I have to go immediately. I said, oh, before going, just meet Maharaj. Maharaj is there in the temple. So I went. And then the devotee told that such and such thing has happened. So Maharaj said, I'll pray. And Maharaj gave the garland. And then, so then with the blessings, I went. So Maharaj is very personal. Another thing is Maharaj has created so many leaders, very powerful succession plan. You can see so many of his disciples leading big, big temples, big, big projects, and he's keeping all of them together. Generally, it is difficult to keep many lines in one place, but Maharaj has kept so many powerful leaders together. And Gauranga Guru's offering, I was hearing Maharaj said, he was telling that from Maharaj side, many nominations have come for GBC training. He has nominated maximum number of his people for training for future GBC like that. So, of course, there are many, many things to share. Another thing is Vaishnav Seva, as devotees know, Maharaj personally takes care of devotees prasadam, accommodation, and everything very nicely. And then one last thing I will share, that is book distribution, that is his heart. Right? One devotee, some devotees are planning to arrange some meeting in the month of December. And Maharaj said, how can you have meetings in December? That's the month for going out for book distribution. That's what Srila Prabhupada wanted. So Gita Jayanti month should be book distribution. So then they canceled the meeting and they rescheduled it some other time. So I pray for the blessings of Maharaj that I also get a iota of devotion, which he has, and then I can continue my service to Srila Prabhupada. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Jai. I request Sancharani Mataji to give her offerings. And after that, I request Gunjan Prabhu, you can be ready for the offerings. I heard from His Holiness Bhakti Prem Swami Maharaj. He had once gone to the airport to receive Maharaj for a GBC. And at that time, Maharaj had come with a Jaguar vehicle. And as soon as Maharaj saw that on the airport, he says, is this temple vehicle? So Maharaj said, no, this is not temple vehicle. I said, no, I want temple vehicle and I'll not go in this way. They had to really insist. That is the core of humility, is a personification of humility. He said, I'd not go. Finally, devotees insisted and then he said, okay, I'll go this time, but not next time. Hare Krishna. Mataji over to you.
Shri Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki jai. So, I've seen Maharaj since I was a very small child, and somehow we could never match the energy that Maharaj always carried. He could dance, he could sing for hours. Me and my brother would get tired. And then we have always seen Maharaj come up with big, big numbers. I was born, brought up in Ludhiana. So that is one of the zones where Maharaj was. And the one most amazing thing that I always saw was Maharaj would come with a wave of devotees. The programs would happen with a lot of waves of ecstasy. And then Maharaj would be in another city by the time we reach home. So it was magical how Maharaj could manage. And sometimes he would be another country also in the same day. And it was always magical that whatever Maharaj would speak would be so simple that I, being a small 5, 6 year old child, would understand that it was so simple, but it is always very close to our hearts. He, being our spiritual uncle, was always very affectionate, would always get lots of prasad, lots of mercy. And the one thing that I always got inspired from Maharaj was he was a Prabhupada man. We could feel Prabhupada always there because we could never see Srila Prabhupada. And it was really nice when Maharaj would come and say that, like Prabhuji said, think big. He would always give us numbers for book distribution we would not even dream of. But by the end of the marathon, the numbers would be way more than what he said. And he would always appreciate and he would express gratitude to every single person. That was something I always felt that we were not worthy of his gratitude, but for playing Mridanga, for singing with him, for bringing flowers, everything he would just say, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I just pray that what Maharaj has said in his will, we all as his spiritual children can follow, that we should never think of ISKCON other than Prabhupada and other things. And we can always stay in the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. These people have given all their lives and we can follow and serve Srila Prabhupada with that vigor, that enthusiasm that they carry. And it's our responsibility to carry on the league ahead. Thank you. Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Wonderful offerings. Gunjan Prabhu, you can keep the mic there. After Gunjan Prabhu, I request His Grace Sutapa Prabhu to be ready with his offerings. Prabhuji is from Mangalore. He is one of the TMC members in Mangalore. Request Prabhuji to give his offerings.
Hare Krishna. So, although I don't have much interactions with Maharaj, I will share something from the disciples I've heard in offering. So, like Prabhupada once asked Maharaj that give your this life to me in serving my mission, and I will personally come to take you from here back to Godhead. So Maharaj took it so seriously and he lived it. If we see Maharaj, whether it is in speaking or his vision, his dreams, or especially the examples he set, he always teaches by his examples. Once Bihari Prabhuji was sharing that he was little sick. He entered temple hall, so he felt that although that no need to offer full obeisances, just pray in mind because I'm feeling sick. But he saw immediately Maharaj came with one of his assistants. He was not able to walk also properly at age of 79. And he offered full obeisances to the deities, all the three deities there in east of Kailas. Then Prabhuji felt that even I am young, I am little sick, I am feeling that to go easy way. But Maharaj, even at the age of 79, not able to walk also, still he offered full obeisances to the deities. So Maharaj is known as Prabhupada's man by all the I heard from all the senior devotees. So he always teaches by his examples, and he's so compassionate. Once what happened, there used to come one person in the temple. So as devotee was saying that every devotee in that temple was knowing that person, knowing in the sense that nobody knows what is his name, but everybody was knowing because he was used to come in the temples regularly. He used to dance and go away. No one know that who is he is, but everybody used to know him.
Once what happened, Maharaj came from Russia to the airport. So all devotees went to receive him. So this person also came, Haribol, Haribol. And suddenly what happened, he slapped Maharaj so that his glasses also fall down. So immediately all the disciples, they beat him and hand over to the police. So next day morning, he called one of his disciples and asked that, do you remember that person at the airport? Said, yes, Maharaj. So that, can you go to jail and free him from there? So that's the compassion of Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I would request Sutapa Prabhu to give his offerings. And after that, we'll have Swayam Prakash Prabhu give his offerings. And after that, we'll read out the offerings by some of the devotees. I'll call out the names and they can read out the offerings.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. So, thank you very much to all the seniors to giving me this chance to speak today. I just want to, from the ocean of all the qualities which Maharaj had, I just want to point out three important things. Starting from the first thing, I don't know how many of you know what Parkinson's disease is. Being a doctor, I just want to give you a small glimpse of how difficult the life becomes when somebody has this. It is one disease which makes you so stiff that to just carry out your day-to-day activities like eating, combing your hairs or just wearing some cloth become such a task that you have to struggle for it. When you're walking, you don't know if the next step is going to be a balanced one or an imbalanced one. The next step which you are taking, whether you will step on the step or not. If somebody calls you from behind, when you turn, you don't know whether your balance will stay or not. This is a kind of physical ailment Maharaj was going through. And if you hear the offering of Maharaj's personal servant, the biggest thing everybody was scared was that he should not fall. And everybody was, that time they were trying Maharaj not to go. And when Maharaj went there, and when he actually had a fall in bathroom, he was so scared to tell his servant. And when he had to tell, he was kind of asking, begging forgiveness from him that, sorry, but that happened, which everybody was scared of. So, but even with that, and the biggest issue with this disease is, you know that you are frailing. Sometimes you don't know it is happening and it's easy. But when you know you are frailing and you don't know what is going to happen next, the stiffness which happens in the body is so dynamic that you don't know for how many hours it will stay. If I have a program in the afternoon, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to go or not. That kind of disease which Maharaj was going through, and still he was pushing for so many years, that a normal person cannot even identify that he's going through all this. Another thing is his power of negotiations. One thing which everybody will miss him for is this. Any conflict happens anywhere in ISKCON worldwide, he has a way to negotiate. He always have a midway. He is one person who cannot allow anybody to leave ISKCON. That kind of personality, very, very difficult to replace that kind of art which he had. And third part which I wanted to point out was his dedication to ISKCON as an organization. If we read his last will, it really shows how much. When I was hearing one of the offerings, His Holiness Bibi Govind Swami Maharaj was telling in a very simple way. He said, Srila Prabhupada and His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj were people who were cut from the same cloth. So they're almost same people, came from the same place. Going back also is the same place. Because the dedication he has imbibed from Prabhupada, he his dedication to ISKCON. He said, I only have one thing, which is a Rolex watch and nothing else. And I'm not a trustee of any other organization other than ISKCON. That means he has not thought of anything else other than this organization in his life. So even if at least I can get one drop of it from him, I think that would be perfection of my life. So we're very much thankful to Maharaj to set this such an example for all of us. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much. I'd request His Grace Vanamali Govind Prabhu to give his offerings. And after that, I'd request His Grace Karunamurti Prabhu to be ready to read the offerings from His Grace Bhima Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. So, although I have been associating with the disciples of Maharaj and heard few lectures also, maybe one Vyas Puja ceremony also, but actually I came to know about Maharaj only after his departure when I heard from Prabhupada's disciples. And I could really see that I had no actual idea of what Maharaj's personality was. Only after hearing from his god brothers, I could get some glimpse of what personality he was. So His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu was probably asking once to Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Maharaj, what makes you successful? Whatever you do becomes successful, and what is the secret? So Maharaj told, Prabhupada is always right. So whatever Prabhupada had been inspiring him, teaching him, and he had been following, and he proved that actually Prabhupada's teachings are going good through him, and he has followed Prabhupada very strictly. So he also, I recall that he gave his full salary to Prabhupada in his Grahastha life. Prabhupada he used to give the check of his salary, and Prabhupada will call wife that what is the expenses, and whatever the expenses are there, he will give, and rest Prabhupada will use for the mission. And then once he goes, Prabhupada will tell he is a real sannyasi. So in Grahastha life also, he was such dedicated to Prabhupada. And also in his last moments, as we saw from his personal assistant, that they were telling, don't go for the meetings. But what his reflection was that, please don't take this chance to serve Prabhupada. I have this only opportunity, and please don't. So back and forth, he was telling, okay, we will see tomorrow whether to go for the bureau meeting or not. And then again, he was not sure. But then next day again, he requested, and his personal assistant told no. He was very expert in somehow convincing me that he has to go for the service. And he has decided that he will be giving his body up in the battlefield only. So that was his dedication to Srila Prabhupada. And regarding his sensitivity, we could hear that he never gave service to to anybody to make them discomfort. For example, if it was Ekadashi or it was a devotee who was going to book distribution, he never took any service for, because devotees used to come to massage his body, but he will ask, are you fasting? So then you should not do this. Or are you going to book distribution? Then don't do. You better serve Prabhupada. That is more better. And he was very sensitive. One incident I recall, because as Maharaj never stays outside ISKCON premises generally, but in ISKCON Bhavanagar, once he had visited, there was not much facilities for a proper guest house for Maharaj to stay in. My father's home is just adjoining to the wall of ISKCON Bhavanagar. So the vice president or the president, they told that, okay, we'll do arrangements, and some moderate arrangements were done, and father was taking care of Maharaj. So Maharaj took rest in the night, and next day it was time for Mangalarti at 5 o'clock. So somehow there was no current and the hot water was not coming. So my father at around 4:40 or so, he just wanted to check around whether it is proper or not. His assistant was also there, and he saw that hot water is not coming. Maharaj is still getting ready. So finally, the assistant also went and he talked to Maharaj, and then finally father knocked the door and asked whether, Maharaj, are you comfortable? Are you ready? Because the hot water was not there. He told, yeah, I'm just getting ready, but you don't have to worry. You go for Mangal Aarti. I may be able to come few minutes later. So father was very touched that he did not worry about his coming, but he wanted father to go for the Mangal Arati. So in all these situations, and as previously disciples, devotees told that he was very sensitive in his dealings and personal. And once when His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu was asking, Maharaj, how can you handle so many temples? It's because I am getting so many managerial services in this two ISKCON Pune temples, and sometimes head goes reeling to manage so many things. So Maharaj gave him one advice that my principle is I do the service to the best of my capacity, and there will be many people who will find faults. So he told that when you know that you are giving your best according to the directions of our Acharyas Prabhupada, don't worry about the criticisms which come. So that was one point which I got inspired, that how Maharaj used to manage so many things in spite of so many challenges which had come. And finally, he was the one who His Grace Dayaram Babu also recalled that how he was the one who did not want this case to be filed, and then he was always there that how this Ritvik issue can be solved from the day one. And even when His Grace, one of the senior devotee had offended verbally His Grace Madhu Pandit Prabhu, so he requested, it was his disciple only, Maharaj, so he told you have to openly ask for forgiveness. So at this juncture also, he doesn't miss out on the etiquette. So on this very auspicious day that we are recalling and glorifying Maharaj, I pray that I also get one quality which he was mentioning in today's class of 24 hours serving Krishna and remembering him. At least I can try my best to serve and remember Krishna and remember His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila
Thank you.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Request Karunamurti Prabhu to read the offerings by His Grace Bhima Prabhu. And after that, I would request His Grace Prakashatma Prabhu to read the offerings from the Bureau India.
Hare Krishna. This is offering from His Grace Bhima Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple. Dear devotees, now we can see how much love and affection Gopal Krishna Maharaj spread by his presence, because so many devotees came to reciprocate that love and affection. Gopal Krishna Maharaj's staunch faith in Srila Prabhupada translated into volumes of dedicated service to Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON family. Now that person we all went to when there was a problem. That person we went to when we needed to know what to do. That person who listened to us very patiently is still reachable, but not by our mobile phone. Only by following Gopal Krishna Maharaj's tremendous example of faith and love in his Guru Maharaj can we be in touch with him. It is easy to pay our mobile bill, but no amount of wealth or any material thing can pay the debt owed to the spiritual master. For there will always be an amount outstanding. Yet Gopal Krishna Maharaj showed by his life's example how to serve tirelessly, working for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. There is no match to his efforts in service, but we can try to follow in his footsteps by being kind to all, big or small, did not matter. Gopal Krishna Maharaj gave his time to everyone. Let us fill the vacancy of his physical presence with remembering his wonderful qualities, and in that remembrance, surely we will be in touch with him. Let us remember not just today, but always his enthusiasm and encouragement to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. Let us remain focused how Gopal Krishna Maharaj loved the Lord's Archa Vigraha Seva, and in this way, surely we will be in touch. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Bhima Das. Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I request Prakashatma Prabhu to read the offerings from Bureau India. And after that, I would request Janani Mataji to read offerings by Dayaram Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. This is from ISKCON India Bureau, released the same day as Maharaj's departure from this planet. Dear devotees, Namo Namaha, Srila Prabhupada, Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki jai. The ISKCON India Governing Council Bureau is deeply saddened by the passing of our longtime chairman, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj earlier today at Dehradun in Devabhumi, Uttarakhand. Words may not do justice to the lifetime of service to the ISKCON institution rendered by Maharaj, both in India and in the West. Maharaj served ISKCON for nearly 57 years, an incredible innings that will not be forgotten by the thousands of ISKCON devotees who knew him as well as his thousands of disciples. Gopal Krishna Maharaj preached Krishna consciousness tirelessly right up until his last breath here in holy Bharata and also in Russia, Canada, and the USA. Additionally, he guided the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust in India and oversaw its becoming the largest and most productive branch of the BBT. While he was our zonal secretary overseeing all of northern and western India, he particularly focused on developing the NCR, that is National Capital Region, Kurukshetra, and the Bhaktivedanta Gurukula and International School at Vrindavan. He oversaw heaven on earth expansion of ISKCON Juhu, Mumbai, and before that, the Bhaktivedanta Mission School. Recently, he was present at the inauguration of the more than rupees 100 crore project at Rohini Colony in New Delhi. He inspired the large temple at Bahadurgarh on the outskirts of New Delhi and the ongoing project at Dwaraka Colony, New Delhi. Not to mention projects at Punjabi Bagh, New Delhi, Ghaziabad, and others in the NCR area. He also oversaw the recently inaugurated temple at Ludhiana in Punjab and was directing the massive Krishna Arjuna temple project at Kurukshetra, where he was a main fundraiser. He was also directing ISKCON's massive project at Kharghar in Navi Mumbai that is to open later this year. He inspired ISKCON New Delhi's several branches in achieving massive book distribution, usually finishing at the top of the world Sankirtan newsletters, book distribution reports for the annual December book distribution marathon. Maharaja's enthusiasm for lecturing and doing kirtan, dedication, strict sadhana, and daily performance of Mangalarati, as well as his daily worship of Shaligrama, Gaurnitai, Lakshmi Narasimha, and Radha Krishna inspired thousands. Maharaja participated in various ISKCON managerial oversight endeavors, such as the International GBC, the Bureau, the VEB, MBT Trust, MEB, as well as the NIDC and WIDC. He was a troubleshooter who was key to solving conflicts that sprung up at various places in India during the recent past. His contribution to Indian society had been recognized by India's Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, who had a direct first name relationship with Maharaj. The Bureau members wish to recall all of these and so many more contributions that Maharaj made to our society that sadly have now ended by the supreme will of the Lord Krishna, to whom Maharaj spent the vast majority of his lifetime in sincere service. We take it that Lord Krishna has taken Maharaj to his next destination, where he will continue to engage in his eternal service. We lament that he will not be with us in the future. On this somber occasion, we pledge to carry on the mission that our chairman spent all of us his days championing. Praying to Sri Sri Radha Parthasarathi, Sri 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 Sitaram Lakshman Hanumanji, and Sri Sri Karunitai to grant us and his thousands of disciples a spiritual strength to bear his separation and to serve him through his noble and transcendental instructions and the exemplary standards of devotional service that he set during his extraordinary lifetime. Your servants, members of the ISKCON India Governing Council, the Bureau. Some of us, in fact, have had the opportunity of actually taking association of Maharaj when he came to our center here, and also during Rath Yatra program. always found him very, very compassionate. And on the spot, he used to give blessings and he used to mix with all the devotees. He was an exemplary Maharaj, and the ISKCON community, all of us will truly miss him. Shri Shri, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Swami Goswami Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I request Janani Mataji to read the offerings by Dayaram Prabhu, and Pramonita Prabhu wanted to speak something, so you can speak.
Hare Krishna. From Dayaram Prabhu. What an exemplary sannyasi. No assets in his name. Even the land purchased by his rich disciples for his samadhi. He wants to be given to ISKCON Vrindavan, and let ISKCON Vrindavan decide whatever temple needs to use it for and use it accordingly. And his samadhi is along with other sannyasis of ISKCON in Goshala, land of ISKCON in Vrindavan. Doesn't want any special treatment, although in many ways he definitely and undoubtedly deserves it. No desire to have big samadhi, big name, separate trust, nothing. Simply wants SP to be served and every disciple to give all his her energies, resources for ISKCON only. Personal bank amount, no personal property or any property for himself held in the name of a trust, society, etc. by his disciples. He never wanted a separate house for himself in Vrindavan like few sannyasis have done. Few years ago, Shrestha Prabhu, one of his disciples, built a building near ISKCON temple, and that building made very nice, comfortably facility, much better that ISKCON had for him at that time in Vrindavan, and requested His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj to use it. Maharaj never used it. He always stayed in ISKCON temple guest house, very exemplary for all sannyasis to emulate. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So impressed. Deeds speak louder than words. Many times I disagreed with him and expressed it in strong words, but he never took it personally and he always supported me and in my services in ISKCON. Never took any personal grudge or get back to me because I said something in the meeting or in person which was definitely not flattering to him, and sometimes it was harsh as well. I have no words to express my appreciation for him. I can only bow down and feel extremely grateful to Krishna for granting me opportunity to associate with him and a few services which he wanted me to take it up. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. I'd request Pramanita Prabhu to give his offerings. And after that, I'd request Suvarna Bihari Mataji to be ready with the reading the offerings by His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Maharaj was very dedicated to Vaishnava Seva. I was hearing from one of his disciples that once Maharaj was traveling with his disciples somewhere. So suddenly one disciple, he was saying that, Maharaj, I'm very hungry. So Maharaj immediately stopped the bus and he went into one of the house and begging, my disciple is hungry. Please give me something to eat for my disciples. So that shows how much, see, generally, when we see that, the disciple should go and beg for alms for the guru. But here we see guru is going and begging for his disciple. That shows how much compassion and dedication to Vaishnava Seva. And recently also when Maharaj was wanted to travel to Dehradun, and his secretary was saying that, Maharaj, you are not well, please will not go there. So Maharaj said, okay, I will think about it. Then again he called his secretary. I think I should go there. No, Maharaj, your health is very, very bad. Will not go there. Then he said, no, there, I am the host there. So if I don't go there, what will people will think? So I should go there. So Maharaj went there, and unfortunately he was sick and he could not come. So that shows how much compassion, how much dedication to Vaishnavas Maharaj was there. So then like this, many of the offerings was there. So I was hearing that, I really felt that as Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj set an example how Vaishnava Seva should be there. So I should think to take a little of his example and I should follow his instruction and follow his footsteps. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And to add to that, there were two actually programs. One was the Dehradun program. Other one was the Chandigarh initiation programs, and they were waiting for long. So when Dashavatara Prabhu, his servant, was asking Maharaj, no, you shouldn't go. Then Maharaj said, no, I have to go there. Then he said, no, Maharaj, we have initiations. We'll go there. You attend Zoom here. So Maharaj said, no. What will devotees feel that, GBC meeting he is not attending, but he is going for the initiation. So see the mood and consciousness of Maharaj. So all glories. Mataji, over to you. And after Mataji reads the offerings by Sri Radha Swami Maharaj, I'd request Purushottam Narasimha Prabhu to read offerings by the GBC.
Hare Krishna. This is from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. My heart is stricken with grief in separation upon the disappearance of His Holiness Srila Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada, Sri Panchatattva and Sri Radha Ras Bihari have taken him from the physical world into their eternal pastimes. His historical, monumental, exemplary and pure devotional service has indescribably blessed our Krishna Consciousness Society and the whole world with Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's divine grace. Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj's genuine Vaishnava qualities, compassion, steadfast determination, humility, wisdom, and total loyalty and surrender to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada's mission lives in our heart forever. His mercy is living within the limitless book, plates of prasad, and magnificent temples he inspired. His lectures, teachings, and examples are a true Vaishnava legacy. I am overwhelmed by his glorious life of love for Krishna and pray for his mercy. Let us all strive for purity and be unified in Srila Prabhupada's devotional service for his pleasure. Your servant, Radhanath Swami. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you so much. I request Purushottam Narasimha Prabhu to read the offerings from the GBC, and after that, we'll hear offerings from His Grace Narari Chaitanya Prabhu, which will be read by His Grace Rukmini Rangakrishna Prabhu. And after that, that will be end of the offerings, but after that, we will have the audio which is played of the will that Maharaj had. We'll quickly play that as well.
Hare Krishna. This is the offering given by GBC executives. Guru Prasad Swami, Tapana Mishra Das, Govardhana Das. They are all GBC executive members. Dear Maharaj and Prabhus, please accept my more humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. This morning at 9:20 a.m. IST, His Holiness Gopala Krishna Goswami, one of the senior most disciples
From this one. Maharaj is a figure of international society, Krishna consciousness. As served by every leadership capacity.
So dear to his heart, that is printing of his transcendental books. From that time, Maharaj has been of Krishna consciousness, building beautiful temples and managing the international affairs of Srila Prabhupada's mission. All the while remaining a gentle, humble Vaishnava who always has a moment to encourage others with his genuine care and affection. In addition, Maharaj sadhana is imperishable, often on the temple altar offering Mangalarti to the deities before completing the morning program, taking a japa walk, and then worshipping his own deities prior to commencing a full day of his dynamic service. His Holiness Gopala Krishna Maharaj personifies all that is at the heart of ISKCON and will remain eternally revered and loved for his matchless service, dedication, and expertise in knowing and serving Srila Prabhupada's will. We can only pray that we may each be blessed with but a drop of such courage, focus, and sincerity to serve, though never will the void of his physical presence be filled in our heart or in our society. Our hearts and heads remains at the feet of His Holiness Gopala Krishna Maharaj, a most exemplary disciple, devotee, God brother, spiritual master, and a friend. Maharaj was always encouraged us to work together cooperatively to support and assist each other in Srila Prabhupada's service. In that mood of service, we offer our affectionate prayers and support to Maharaj's disciples and all those bereft in Maharaj's absence. We encourage you to take shelter of Maharaj's instructions and examples of focused sadhana and service in the association of our ISKCON family. His Holiness Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Your servants, Guru Prasad Swami, Tapana Mishra Das, Govardhana Das, and GBC executive members.
Thank you, Prabhuji. You can speak, Prabhu.
As we all know that each year, Mayapur used to get first place in book distribution. Once devotee from Delhi, who were disciples of Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, met my Guru Maharaj, Jaipatak Swami, and requested to bless them so that the Delhi team get the first place that year on book distribution. So Maharaj, as you know, Jaipatak Swami Maharaj blessed them accordingly. This news came to the notice of devotees of Mayapur, who are all disciples of His Holiness Jaipatak Swami Guru Maharaj. They met His Holiness Gopala Krishna Maharaj and requested his blessing so that this time they can retain the first place in book distribution. As the result came, again, the Mayapur stood first in the place. When asked about this, my Guru Maharaj immediately replied, see, my God brother's blessing is more powerful than my blessing. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for sharing. That request His Grace Srinidhi Govind Prabhu to read the offerings which were given by His Grace Narari Chaitanya Prabhu. And after that, we would play the audio of the will that Maharaj had.
Hare Krishna. Om Adhyanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Vena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with a torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within the material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Gopala Krishna Goswami iti namine. The duty of the Guru is to remove the cataract from the eyes, the ignorance. When the cataract is removed, then one can see. The eye is necessary. Divya darshan, divine vision. Diksha, initiation. Diksha means to acquire such an eye, and the inner eye. Divya Jnana, divine knowledge, is the second eye. Another eye within. Maharaj has been doing this from the so many years to so many devotees, Diksha and Siksha disciples. Guru is defined in the scriptures as the dispeller of darkness. And the word Guru is common usage, also means heavy. In relation to Sri Guru, this meaning may be taken to refer Sri Guru's quality of being so firm in realization of the absolute truth. Number one, he is the support of all the lighter, laghu, that is less realized. Number two, he can correct all forms of lighter thought, that is the misconception and lesser understanding. And three, nothing can move him from his position. He cannot be bewildered or deluded. Maharaj has all these qualities and walked by it. All of us are feeling the separation from His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. So many great Vaishnavas in ISKCON are glorifying Maharaj for the great service he has done to Srila Prabhupada when Srila Prabhupada was present in the world, and later took the responsibility of continued the legacy of Srila Prabhupada till he disappeared from the world. He was towering personality. He was a towering personality who could make the impossible possible. Maharaj and ISKCON are inseparable. How many big temples have come and preaching has expanded in all directions? We all have seen Maharaj's will. He has left clearly. He has left clearly shows how everything he dedicated to Srila Prabhupada. Nothing he kept for himself. One of the most worthy disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and fulfilled the responsibility given to him perfectly. I too had many blessed opportunity to get association of Maharaj after 2001. I too had one opportunity to attend his Vyasa Puja in Delhi. After the Vyasa Puja, one disciple came forward and gave him a car key. Maharaj went out and I too followed. There I could see a brand new BMW car. Then Maharaj was driven around by the disciple who gave the car. And after getting down from the car, Maharaj returned the key and said the car be returned to the seller, and the money could be used to build the temple. He is also chairman of ISKCON Bureau, which owns all properties. So all the branches report to him in terms of our preaching and expansion. Recently, few years back, he had come to Bangalore and he was visiting all the centers, but somehow our temple got missed out. But somehow I got the opportunity to honor Prasadam in one of the disciples' house. At that time, I did mention whether he can bless by visiting our temple. He asked me the details about the project. And when he came to know that the temple we are building was ISKCON's, he immediately talked to his secretary and made it next morning on his way to airport. Almost he spent few hours in the temple and offered help. And also all the Guru Dakshina he got, gave it to me and said, this is my contribution to your project. I was speechless. He honored the prasadam and blessed all of us. When temple was opening, I had sent invitation, but could not come for various other commitments. Recently, I had to attend GBC and temple presence meet in Mayapur. After Mangalarti of their lordships, Radha Madhav, I was taking darshan in the temple hall and stood at the entrance that Maharaj was also taking darshan. And after he was walking out of the temple, I saw him paid my obeisances in the mind. Suddenly Maharaj came towards me and inquired how temple opening program went and requested me to take care of the deities properly. All this happened in the fraction of minutes, and I was stunned that too in front of Radha Madhav deities. What a astounding care for a small person like me. Look at his concern for all of us. He had a special interest or care in ISKCON managers as they were taking responsibilities at different branches, did not see which zone he belonged to. The relationship between His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj and His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj was extraordinary. Every other day, they would interact. Two strong pillars among many. We can continuously go on glorifying Maharaj qualities, but more important to follow in his footsteps, to build a strong ISKCON and never leave it as instructed by Maharaj. Your servant Narahari Chaitanya Das. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We will now play the will of Maharaj, the audio of the will.
So this is his last will. I, Gopal Krishna Goswami, also known as Gopal Krishna Khanna, son of late Mr. Anand Swarup Khanna, born on 14th August 1944, and a resident of ISKCON Delhi, Hare Krishna Hill, Santnagar, east of Kailash, New Delhi, do hereby revoke all my previous wills or codicils and declare that this is my last will, which I hereby make on this 23rd November 2023 at ISKCON Delhi, Hare Krishna Hill, Santnagar, east of Kailash, New Delhi. I am a sannyasi and have no dependents. I declare that I am in good health and possess a sound mind. This will is made by me without any persuasion or coercion and out of my own independent decision alone. I appoint Vaishnav Maharaj for India, Janardhan Maharaj for India, Rishi Kumar for India, Ambaris Maharaj for Russia, Umapati Das for East Africa to be the executors of this will. In the event any of this were to criticize me, then whoever is the survivor among the above will be the executors of this will. I am a trustee of ISKCON India and BBT and a governing body commissioner. I am not a trustee of any other trust except ISKCON Seva Trust, a bureau-controlled trust, an inactive trust based in Delhi set up by the ISKCON Bureau. Page 2. All of his markings before that. Thumb marks. I have always been loyal to the governing body commission of ISKCON and the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, as reflected in his books. I would like all my disciples to follow the GBC body. I have never taken one step out of ISKCON, and I desire that they render their services in ISKCON and not run here and there looking for some easy way out. The Guru manifests himself in two ways, through Bapu and through Vani. Vapu, you may have heard many times, is temporary. Vani is permanent. So all my instructions are drawn and therefore reflected from Srila Prabhupada's books. Srila Prabhupada has said, quote, your love for me will be shown how much you cooperate among yourselves, unquote. And my desire from all of my disciples is the same, to cooperate among themselves and with ISKCON authority forever. If I were to pass away outside India, I will be grateful if my body could be brought to Vrindavan or Mayapur and kept in samadhi there. If I were to pass away in North India, I would like my samadhi to be in Vrindavan. If I were to pass away nearer to Mayapur, I would like my samadhi to be in Mayapur. There is a plot of land in Vrindavan where my disciples wanted to construct a house for me. I did not encourage that. It is my desire that this particular land should be donated to ISKCON Vrindavan for any purpose they may deem fit. I see a different picture of mine in almost every temple where my disciples serve. They can choose any picture they like. This practice can go on after my departure also. I don't really have any assets, cash, bank deposit, locked box, vehicles, stocks, or any property in my name. All the properties in the zones managed by me in ISKCON are registered legally in ISKCON's name, and there's nothing in my name except a Rolex watch gifted by Srila Prabhupada in 1977, my laptop, and 2 mobiles. I desire that this watch be handed over to one of my disciples who helped me serving Srila Prabhupada. The laptop and mobiles with all the logins and passwords will be in the custody of whoever will be my secretary at the time of leaving my body. My clothes and sweaters can be distributed to disciples and other devotees by the team of my assistants. I have not authored any books except some lecture transcripts brought out by different disciples at different places. There is no copyright owned by me on this. Page 3, all of his thumb marks again, and his signature and the witness. My only true assets are my personal deities. And I do not want this to be worshipped by any one individual. I therefore desire that my salagram shilas and the deities be kept in the altar and worship at Shri Radha Parthasarthi Temple, ISKCON Delhi, Shri Radha Radhikaraman Temple, ISKCON Punjabi Bagh, and could be divided among other temples in my zones. I desire so as if the deities are part of the temple altar, then they will be safe. And in case they are worshipped by individuals, they could be abandoned. I do keep some little Lakshmi as we describe money to be used in Krishna's service for various projects. And this could be divided among the different projects which will be ongoing at the time of my passing away. I have one joint bank account along with my disciple, Jagannath Priyadas, in US. And this has a balance of $3,000 for the past 4 years, merely to ensure that I have transactions in an American account to secure my green card. I have no personal loans, nor do I owe any debts to anyone. I hereby appoint 5 doctor disciples who are personally serving me now as attorneys to determine concurrently my medical treatment and personal care in case of my not being in a position to decide. The names of these doctors are Dr. Dwarkadis Das, Dr. Krishna Priya Das, Dr. Acharya Das, Washington, Dr. Radha Ballava Das, and Dr. Ajay Chaitanya Das. If I were to pass away, I will be really pleased and grateful if all the disciples take shelter of one of the senior devotees in this movement without being independent and follow the management system set up and provided by Srila Prabhupada. I direct that all my disciples shall behave and conduct themselves in the following manner upon my demise. Continued, page 4. Again, Guru Maharaja's signature. Number 1, always accept His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, as the preeminent Shiksha Guru for all time. Srila Prabhupada K. Always accept ISKCON's Governing Body Commission, GBC, as the ultimate management authority of ISKCON, as Srila Prabhupada's representative, and to therefore follow its instructions and directions. 3, lead your life so as to be exemplary representatives of ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada. 4, cooperate together with all other ISKCON devotees to push this movement forward. 5, when some of you advance sufficiently to become gurus and sannyasis, to work under the GBC authorized processes to take up those services. 6, never live ISKCON. First and foremost, think of yourselves as members of ISKCON. Never fight with ISKCON. Resolve your differences internally in a Vaishnava way. 7, never align yourselves with persons or groups not authorized by the GBC. 8, seriously study Srila Prabhupada's books on a regular basis. Always chant at least 16 attentive rounds every day. Chant at least 25 rounds on Ekadashis and special festival days, and strictly follow the 4 regulative principles of no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. 9, work to make ISKCON a dynamic society. Number 10, continue donating your time and resources to ISKCON causes. Continue. Number 5, again, his signature and the seal, and again, just the formalities here, legal formalities, how much stamp paid, and so on. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh,
Hare Krishna. So now we will have Jayanilo. We'll sing Jayanilo Bhajan, and then after that, we'll quickly do the push.